So right now I'm packing to go, and this is what I'm gonna bring. Just this small sketchbook, water container, sharpener, water container, watercolors, Daniel Smith and Holbein and Winsor Newton paints all just put together like that. Kakimori nib, 2 pencils, 3 travel brushes. This is a small mop brush. This is a small sable brush that I made the handle for. Skoda Perla and a rag. And I think I'm just gonna bring this big watercolor book. I seldom draw big, so I thought that if I go to a resort, maybe I'm gonna try to practice drawing big for a change. Alright, I'm not gonna bring any pens, so let's see how it works. I didn't find a suitable opportunity to draw during the quick ride there, but I was listening to the Creative Act on audiobook about experimentation and about taking more risks and seeing things from a beginner's mind. And that was in line with me trying out watercolors and drawing bigger. We got to the Racha, a beautiful resort off Phuket in Thailand. This trip was a big birthday gift from my aunt. So I imagined I would be sitting on the beach, painting the palm trees and the sea, and the kids playing in the water, but this is how it played out. I managed to get in a couple paintings while my wife kept her eye on our 1.5-year-old toddler climbing up and down things. And I drew my daughter while keeping an eye on her while she swam in the villa's private pool. And while she sat beside me as she played on the beach later in the morning. While the toddler was taking a nap. But then after that, I just found it harder and harder to just sit down in peace and quiet to just think and draw and paint. I tried to do quick sketches during snack and TV time, but that wasn't easy. The TV was blaring cartoons where Tom was chasing Jerry and Jerry was hitting Tom back. At the same time, I was watching that my toddler didn't bump his head into things like hit his head against the table or fall into the pool. And there was almost zero inspiration doing it. During meal times is usually where I sneak in some time to sketch, but then the toddler would eat while we eat, and then he would want to get out of his seat, or he would want to be carried around. So I didn't have my hands free, so I couldn't paint or sketch my food, or the scenes around me. I wanted to be just left alone to just paint or read, just for maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes, but there was just no opportune time to do that. When nighttime came after the kids slept, I was too exhausted to paint and all inspiration had already left, so I went to sleep too. And it was like that for all the days we were there. So I was getting pretty frustrated. At the same time, I was reminding myself that the ultimate goal of the whole trip was to spend time with my family, to have quality family time. Instead of defining myself as an artist who draws and sketches to be creative, and forcing myself to make it happen, I could just define myself as an artist or a creative person who tells stories, a storyteller. And stories can be told in many mediums. Adjusting that in my head slowly helped me take away the frustration. So I just started focusing on telling stories using my phone and making a video log for my family. And it's private, by the way, so I can't show it to you, but I'm going to show bits and pieces. So I'll just take snippets of videos every now and then and try my best to be present with my family the whole time. And I also realized I could just draw and paint the highlights after I came back from the trip. It would be more like a memoir rather than a spontaneous journaling of what happened there and then, but it would still work as a story. And there's also this video right here where I can just experiment and be creative as I tell you what happened. So I learned that going on holiday where I can leisurely paint and draw is probably more suitable when the kids are older and where I don't have two young kids needing my attention all the time. And I also learned that defining myself as a storyteller would allow me to be creative in more ways than one. So I failed to fill up my sketchbooks with amazing watercolor paintings. But since I'm learning something through this failure, I've actually gained something. So that was my trip, and thanks for watching.